U.S. Antigua and Barbuda relations. The United States established diplomatic relations with Antigua and Barbuda in 1981 following its independence from the United Kingdom. Relations between the United States and Antigua and Barbuda are friendly and cooperative. The United States has supported the government of Antigua and Barbuda's efforts to encourage the country's economic development and to improve its citizens' security and standard of living. Antigua and Barbuda's location close to the U.S. Virgin Islands and Puerto Rico makes it an attractive transshipment point for narcotics traffickers. To address these problems, the United States and Antigua and Barbuda have signed a series of counter-narcotic and anti-crime treaties and agreements, including a maritime law enforcement agreement subsequently amended to include overflight and order-to-land provisions, a bilateral extradition treaty, and a mutual legal assistance treaty. The United States and Antigua and Barbuda also cooperate through partnerships including the Partnership Framework for HIV and AIDS, the Energy and Climate Partnership of the Americas, and the Caribbean Youth Empowerment Program. Antigua and Barbuda is situated strategically in the Leeward Islands, near maritime transport lanes of major importance to the United States. The ambassador and embassy officers are resident in Barbados and travel to Antigua frequently. A U.S. consular agent resident in Antigua assists U.S. citizens in Antigua and Barbuda. U.S. assistance to Antigua and Barbuda. U.S. assistance to Antigua and Barbuda is channeled primarily through multilateral agencies such as the World Bank and the Caribbean Development Bank, and through the U.S. Agency for International Development office in Bridgetown, Barbados. Antigua and Barbuda also receives U.S. counter-narcotics assistance, and it benefits from U.S. military training, exercises, and humanitarian civic assistance construction projects, including through the Caribbean Basin Security Initiative. Bilateral economic relations. Antigua and Barbuda is a beneficiary of the U.S. Caribbean Basin Initiative, CBI, which grants duty-free entry into the United States for many goods. The CBI aims to facilitate the economic development and export diversification of the Caribbean Basin economies. Antigua and Barbuda is a member of the Caribbean Community and Common Market, CARICOM. Antigua and Barbuda's membership in international organizations. Antigua and Barbuda and the United States belong to a number of the same international organizations, including the United Nations, Organization of American States, International Monetary Fund, World Bank, and World Trade Organization. Bilateral representation. Antigua and Barbuda maintains an embassy in the United States at 3234 Prospect Street Northwest, Washington, D.C. 20007, telephone 202-362-5122.